everyone. Welcome to Plants and Politics. I have an update on one of Trump's capital terrorists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So Robert Reeder is someone who I haven't had a chance to profile yet in a video short, but he's a 55-year-old man from Maryland. He actually reached out to the FBI through his attorney and voluntarily turned over photos and videos of himself from his time at the Capitol after his picture was included in one of their BOLO reports, which is their request for the public to be on the lookout for specific suspects. Reeder was seen in photos and on video wearing a MAGA hat. He was also within the restricted area outside of the Capitol, as well as inside the Capitol. And in one video that was taken by Reeder himself, he's heard talking about being hit with tear gas, and he's chanting, "Fight for Trump." In another portion of the video, Reeder approaches the doors of the Capitol, and you can hear alarm bells going off as he walks up. So he clearly knew there was something going on. There was something wrong. I'm not supposed to be here. But he walks up to the doors and he asks officers that are stationed at the doors, "Is there anywhere where I can get water?" So an officer replies, he tells him, "We don't have any water." He even calls him sir. And then he tells him there's some outside. Well, Reeder, instead of turning around and going to look for water outside, he just continues on. He just opens an interior door to the Capitol, moves into the building. And Reeder took some photos in various rooms. And the FBI said they believe they could hear him shout at others saying, quote, "Do not destroy anything." Well, a little while later in the videos that he took, Reeder approaches the officers again. He asks for the way out. They give him directions. However, although he left the building, he didn't leave the Capitol grounds because he has additional videos taken at a later time showing him inside the Capitol again. You see him approach the doors along with a group of people, and they're all chanting, USA. So he's chanting along with the crowd. And then Reeder enters the Capitol for a second time. And on the video, he's recording the assault of a Capitol police officer. And this is in the rotunda area inside the Capitol. And then you hear him tell the officer, quote, "You need to retreat." Now, in a subsequent video, with the camera now facing Reeder's face, he talks again about being tear gassed, having been hit with pepper balls. And then he says that he walked right past Ashley Babbitt when she was shot. And he stated, quote, "We had to do a battle with the police inside. It was crazy, absolutely insane." But Reeder's attorney is now claiming that, oh, no, he was just swept up by the crowd. He even called him, I think, an incidental tourist. He said that he just wanted to document what was going on that day. And in fact, Reeder is claiming that he's not even a Trump supporter. In a court filing, his attorney said that Reeder is a registered Democrat who just liked the, quote, patriotic spirit that he believed that President Trump was trying to instill in Americans. Yeah, that's what he was trying to instill. Not racism, not bigotry, not white fright. No. Yeah. Patriotism. Yeah. Patriotic spirit. Anyway, everyone goes out and buys a MAGA hat and spends their hard-earned money and time on a trip to DC to go see Trump's rally and go to the Capitol because they don't like Trump. Yeah. Okay, sure, Jan. Anyway, prosecutors are not buying this BS either because they filed a document with the court and they said, quote, "The defendant's sentencing memorandum attempts to paint a picture of the defendant as a lost tourist in awe of the Capitol, defending it from destruction and documenting the events of the day. to believe the defendant's version of events, one needs to suspend reality, ignore facts, and omit evidence. And prosecutors, along with this statement, they included screenshots of Reader's social media accounts showing that he shared numerous conspiracy theories about election fraud, as well as anti-Biden and Pelosi posts. Nevertheless, unfortunately, these prosecutors didn't have any evidence showing that he had committed any violence on January 6th. So Reader had been charged with the 4 standard misdemeanors that we've seen in the majority of these cases. It was entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and then 1 count of parading or demonstrating in a Capitol building. And as we've seen several times now, Reader was likely going to get a slap on the wrist. He would probably just get probation. In fact, he agreed to a plea agreement. He agreed to plead guilty to 1 count of parading in the Capitol, and it appeared that he was home free. The problem for Reader was that part of the plea agreement was that if prosecutors could find new charges against him, if they discovered what they called any crime of violence, then they could file new charges. Well, thanks to true American patriots, thanks to the real patriots in this country, known as the sedition hunters, additional video evidence was sent to the FBI just hours prior to his sentencing. They made it just under the wire. And the video that they sent the FBI shows Reader allegedly pushing and then physically scuffling with an officer outside the Capitol. Take a look. So what do you know? This so-called MAGA hat wearing anti-Trump Democrat doesn't seem so innocent after all. What do you know? Even his attorney, after he looked at the evidence, because he was caught off guard too, he said, quote, "On first blush, the clip is problematic." You think so? Problematic. So based on this new evidence, prosecutors have asked for a delay in his sentencing. They want to be able to go back and review it and see if, new charges are warranted. The judge agreed with them. He said, okay, yes, I'll set a new hearing date. So it's now been pushed back to October 8th, to be more specific. So Reader might get an actual sentence. He might actually get in trouble. Womp womp and thoughts and prayers. And he may very well be a Democrat. He may be someone who doesn't like the establishment. Maybe he's more progressive. I don't know. I don't care. He took part in the January 6th domestic terrorist attack. That's all I need to know. He deserves a realistic punishment for terrorizing people. Regardless of his political affiliation, I don't care. I don't care whether it's a Democrat, Republican, progressive, BLM member. I don't care. The punishment should fit the crime. And I don't give a damn what letter you have behind your name. Doesn't matter at all to me. Anyway, guys, I'll keep you posted on this. As always, thanks so much for watching and listening. Please become a friend or a supporter of the show in the link down below in the description box. I appreciate you guys. Would like to get to know you better. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.